Oh, hello, 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 hello. Hi all. Uh, yes, that's thrown me. That's scuttled me. That's bowled me over, but in a challenging way. Because I don't know what has happened there. Streamlabs seems to be able to push it through when I ask it to, but it doesn't actually work when somebody subscribes, which is one of the key reasons you need a subscription alert. I'll look into it, guys. Sorry, Chelsea. Bless you for taking it in good humour. And I appreciate the attempt. Oh, dear, dear, indeed. At least those work, which is great. And some supportive sort of deck analysis from Diaz. You've made some very good decks. Proves that wrong like goddamn. It's very kind. I mean, I wish I could take some credit for those decks, but it's largely internet research. But thank you, if regardless. Hey, Harry. Hey. Welcome in, everybody. Chelsea did come up on the stream. Yeah, she did, but it was just generic. Was it not just generic Streamlabs thing rather than Alan? Dear doesn't. What? I heard dear. Jesus Christ. And I can see the did you not hear that? I heard that, and I can see the trigger fire sound go up, and that trigger fire sound is set for you to be able to hear it. Huh. That's uncool as well. Great. So, it's a 2 out of 2. No dear for you guys. Well, I can hear it, so, that's basically as good, isn't it? I mean, I've got it, to be fair, all of the others I've got as monitor off. I've got this as monitor and output and alert box as well, but I don't know why that would make any difference. It's weird that it flashes up and I can hear it. Dear for no dear. Okay. Jesus. This is not
Dear.
Did you hear that one? Presumably not. Yeah, okay. Well, what? You heard it? Oh, what the Jesus Christ. That's annoying. But okay, but in order to do that, you can hear it. I currently can't hear it. I'm going to put it back on monitor and output. Keep trying. Does it work now? Was it because I was doing them, maybe? Or can you trigger another one? Okay, so I can hear that. Can you? Jesus. No! What the fuck? Oh, okay. Well, so it looks like my options are just turn the monitoring off, and you can enjoy it, and I will. So you can just go dear in the background, but I won't hear it. But you can hear it. That's the important thing. What the hell, guys? Oh, I was in a good mood as well. That's the tragedy of this. Hey Scotty, what is the lesser of two evils? Us hearing it or you? Good stuff. So we're here. It's happened. Or every time you do a dear, you just do it live every time. Dear. Good stuff. I'll need to get that Gilderoy Lockhart back. Gotta love OBS. I've not touched it in like a year because I don't trust it not to crumble like a house of cards. I mean, the thing is, I would as much as I would like to blame this on OBS, it looks like I've done everything right. But I'm not backing myself to have not made some fundamental mistake. So, and we demand oh yeah, I forgot about gesso. I'll give you a gesso. I'll roll those dice one day. Okay, so as you saw at the beginning of chat, Harry looks like he's posted some obscene Christmas carol in the chat. Feel free to join our Discord. Can't remember how to trigger it or if it works. So we will see. It is called Shit on My Chest. Oh, God. It's just... Oh, mate. I have actually, interestingly, I've put on the stream today a warning, a content warning of significant profanity or vulgarity. So, you know, we're living up to it today, which is nice. Wow, OBS is working fine. Updates OBS, everything's broken. I mean, to be fair, yeah, maybe that could be it. Darksparks here. Hey, mate. Trying to sort out Twitch Prime. Bless you. Very, very kind of you. You won't get the correct emote if you do. Apologies. I'll trigger it afterwards. Okay. Let's have a look then. So, I mean, are we getting any sound? Yes, we are. We've got this lovely Christmas carol. So I think we'll just have to all listen to it together. Are you ready? This is by Obscurest Vinyl. It's called Baby Just Shit on My Chest. Merry Christmas indeed. Enjoy. Hopefully you can hear it. Interesting that it goes for log in the text, but full on shit in the name. The top comment on this is just Yule log. Good stuff. Okay. Got it. Okay, well, I'm sure that's all put us in a very festive mood. We can all imagine that happening. But it's Christmas. The setting is Christmas. The response in chat is not good, but you know that's fine. This is a symposium. It's a melting pot of ideas, and you know sometimes we just need to hear about these things. A new low for this stream. Oh God, and that's I mean, given how low it was before. The barge went through the floor. The setting is Christmas, not near a log fire, different log, warm still. Yeah, no, we don't. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so that was. I mean, look. I thought the imagery was gently entertaining, giving a whole new meaning to the Yule log. But it seems we've got some sort of comedy. I'm not going to use the word elitist. I'm going to say comedy. What's something like more diplomatic? People who prefer a deeper kind of humour, a deeper, more profound kind of humour, rather than just about fecal matters. Comedy fascist. Thank you. I mean, it's for this reason, Harry. I mean, every time, Harry, we have this conversation where he asks me to put a a fart sound in the sound box. It's for this reason that I don't. So hopefully that's at least clear now. But there you go. Christmas time indeed. Well, speaking of Christmas, farts with reverb when you'll have to mount a campaign with Harry for that one. Today we are opening up some more Magic cards. I appreciate that this is a few times on the bounce. Actually, there's one other set that's coming. So I appreciate that this isn't really what the channel was originally set up for, mainly for playing games very poorly. So I appreciate all of you jumping back in, even though we're not gaming. We're doing some more Magic cards. I also there's I don't know. There's a sort of a vulgarity. Speaking of shitting on chests, there's sort of a vulgarity to someone just buying stuff for themselves and just opening it up. It's just it's a bit, I don't know. Something about it feels sort of slightly tone deaf to me. I don't know why. Maybe that's just sort of the puritanical roots of this country speaking through me, as Jack Stretton would say. But there's I don't know. There's something slightly, as I said in the title, just a little bit sort of self-indulgent, maybe. So apologies for that. It is just some stuff that I've wanted and I've bought myself, and I'm showing it on stream. And that's the reality. But I know we have a couple of Magic fans in here. I know we have a couple of Final Fantasy fans in here. So hopefully there is enjoyment in it for all of us, not just me. But I won't lie to you, I've been very much looking forward to this for a long time. It's been quite a journey to get them. I'll show you. I won't start opening just yet. I'll just show you the product. So we've got this guy, which is a Chocobo bundle. This is sort of very similar to the Spider-Man box we opened up just for Final Fantasy. But there is some special Chocobo cards in there which could be quite rare. DS has put a couple of those in chat. But the main thing I was actually buying this set for are these guys. And these are called... Oh, that one's worked! That one's worked. Sorry, Chelsea. It's worked for Darkspark. Thank you, mate. I saw Alan there. Lovely stuff. Thank you so much for the subscription with Prime. I really appreciate you doing that. Thank you. This is the main reason I bought it, because if there's no Gesso card, I'm going to kick off. Well, who knows? But mate, Final Fantasy X isn't actually one of the games we're looking at today. This is the main reason I wanted it, because it's Final Fantasy VIII, as you can see. And I'm a big fan of Final Fantasy VIII, and I think it's underserved in the Magic games so far. So what it will have is 6 cards, I believe, that make up this scene. That's why it's called a scene box. So there's going to be that little bit snipped out, and Squall is going to be a card, Fireball's a card, Cypher's a card. They're all new cards. They're not sort of reprints. And then there's also a few boosters in there, like we had anyway. So I've got 4 of these. So 4 scenes that have just come out. And the Chocobo bundle. So it is going to be a lot. We might not even get through them all today. We might just, get bored. I don't know. Darkspot says he's happy I made it to the post office. I did even say, because I was on a school trip today, it was looking a bit... it's been a bit of a journey getting these cards. It was touch and go. If you've been following it in the Discord, Diaz, because Diaz knew that I was foaming at the mouth to get my hands on these cards. And as soon as he saw them appear on a dodgy-looking website, he was like, check this out. Pops for sale is what we used. And I, like a pathetic person with, pretending I've got more money than I have, just bought them off this website called Pops for Sale. But then it increasingly looked like we weren't going to get them because they sold out immediately everywhere. They were really difficult to get your hands on. I was emailing Pops for Sale saying, look, I need to know if these cards are coming. If not, I'll buy them somewhere else. But are they going to get here? And they were like, look, Wizards of the Coast haven't sent us enough. I sent them 3 emails, and they were saying, Wizards of the Coast haven't sent us enough. We can't guarantee you will get these cards. If you don't get the cards, you'll get a refund. So I was rolling the dice and thinking about whether I was going to go with a more reputable retailer. And then finally they came. Then we weren't in, so they got sent to a post office. And so I had to rush over there today and leave work after the school trip quite early to dash in and get them just before the post office closed. But thank God we're here. We are here. Is 8. I can't wait to get back to 8. Me too. Maybe this will give me fresh impetus to get back to 8. Is 8 the one where the teacher was a bit out of order kicking off with the school kid? That's exactly the one. Shame we haven't got a Quistis card here, but that is exactly the one. Yeah, a card. Quistis is inappropriate educating. 10 minutes to 8. Don't worry, you're almost there. I confirm he was foaming at the mouth. I can confirm it also almost didn't happen. And then finally Ben came. Yes. So that's that. I'm really excited. As I've said, this is a Christmas present to myself. Probably it wouldn't have come so close. In an ideal world, this would be a year after the original drop of Magic cards, because I've spent quite a lot of money on Magic already quite recently. I would have liked to have waited longer to get more Final Fantasy Magic. There currently isn't any more on the horizon, so I'm hoping there's going to be a bit of a gap here, but I'm all in, guys. I'm all in when it comes to Final Fantasy, so that's where we are. So, yeah. Maybe there'll be a Dino card. Yeah, maybe. I mean, there is. I mean, you talk, in terms of Final Fantasy VIII, if you're talking about the big T-Rex that you fight in a school, that is, I've got that card. It's called like Balam Tyrannosaur or whatever the monster's called. Let's hope there's a teacher-student relation. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I actually know all of the cards that are coming in here. So, yeah. So I'm going to leave. What one should we do first? All right, let's start with 8. Because 8's the one I want the most. 8's really the reason that we did this, and I don't know how long I'll be able to maintain momentum. So, yeah. So that's that. Let's have a little gander in here. Balam T-Rexor, thank you, mate. I've not found a place to put it yet. Is it not a particularly good card? I tried to put it in my unit deck, but just could never get it running. What have we got here then? Okay. It's kind of shit, yeah. It is indeed. So we've got here. Oh my god. Out of depth. My depth. Depth. This, I believe, it's got the artwork on there. It's like a little cardboard easel. So I think these things flip down into little shelves, and then you can, and then you can display all of the cards. So, cool. I don't think I'll be using this at all, but nice to have. I suppose if you're just collecting and not planning on playing, like the purist that I am. Oh, hey, it's Lanky. Gaming with your boy Lanky. That's great. I presume that's the Lanky, DS. So if it is the Lanky, it's the Lanky that he's also one of the people I play Magic with. Coming in to defend T-Rexor, one of the most uninventive bits of monster naming ever. It's not shit, it's just mediocre. Fair. And he's fair. Maybe perhaps he's not wrong. So interestingly, there's a lot of cardboard here, but I think that the product, the entirety of the product, is in here. So that thing just sort of, yeah. We've got like, I never know what these things are for. Like all the Magic product I buy, I just threw some Spider-Man ones in the bin. Come with these guys. Like, what's the point? Where? Why? How? Who cares? And there's so much of this sort of shit. Meaningless. Okay. This is where I display my Gesso card if I had one. We should petition for a Gesso. A Blitzball pack, a Blitzball deck would be great. I mean, Counter Blitz, I suppose, was there. There really wasn't that many Blitzball players. They were really underserved in that deck. Yes, it is the Lanky. Well, thank you for joining us, mate. I really appreciate that. Who genuinely uses that piece of cardboard? I can't believe anybody. I assume it's the younger one. Yeah. Well, there's only one Lanky. I love how it's assumed. I know. Be giving it a shit take. Yes, it's him. You're more than welcome to have it in your scrapbook, Chelsea. There were a few cards referencing Blitzball, but we did not get many Blitzball players, and Gesso was the star when we played through Final Fantasy X. So it would have been good to have him immortalized. What we could do is proxy him. Thanks, mate. Cheers, Scotty. I'm a professional dude. I don't know how you haven't got that by now. Okay, so it comes with one. Again, this is the entire product. Why it needs to be in a box this big, who knows? 1, 2, 3 booster packs. So those are randoms. And then here, I believe we've got... Again, so I suppose here we've got the cards I was just talking about. And here, I think we've got the exact same cards, except they're not magic cards, they're just art cards. So I suppose if I wanted to, I could put these on the easel instead and keep these ones in play. But I'm not going to open up the art ones. I was going to put some chill Final Fantasy music on. Hang on. Let me just get this shit off my chest video. Oh, I also missed Harry's message because he did quote Danny DeVito, didn't he? What was it? As Danny DeVito says, poo is funny. Nice. Okay. So we've got some chill Final Fantasy lo-fi here. How's that sounding for you? Volume's okay? Comfy, nice. That's the vibe I'm going for here. God, I'm massacring this container. Oh, they're foils. In a way, that's a shame. I'm not a fan of the foiled card. I prefer the matte. Lovely and matte. Okay, let's have a look at what we got then. Cheers, Lanky. Now, this is the card I want, and this is the one I'm going to be building around to start with. Can't believe my card is shiny. Yeah, I'm fine with the way it looks. It's just that the curling. I hate the curling. This is a really interesting card. Well, I thought it was interesting. I've looked online. A lot of people don't find this interesting. But when he comes into play, you choose a number. Whenever one or more creature attacks one of your opponents, if any of those creatures have power or toughness equal to the number you've chosen, Squall deals that damage to the defending player as well as whatever else, which is really cool. I can see like lots of interesting strategies coming out there. I've never seen the I choose a number and then that interacts with the game. So any creatures who have power of the number I've chosen, I'm then damaging players that way. And I like that feels the flavour, given that he's a duelist. I think that mechanic of sort of adjusting to the board. And I suppose you could flicker him in and out and choose a new number every time, right? So yeah, I want to build around him. That's Squall. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Beautiful. There is Squall does exist. I've one of my decks already is built around the other version of Squall, which is also really good. Oh, DS can show us another cool card with a choose number. Cool. Here's the Flame, which Cypher is throwing at Squall from the opening sequence. Iconic. Until the end of turn, target block creature you control gets X0 and gains trample, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, look at that many cards from the top of your library, exile up to one online card among them, and put the rest on the bottom of your library, and a random one you can touch. So this, I mean, you might have even seen there, even reading it out loud, this is my biggest hurdle when it comes to Magic. Reading this text and fully understanding the text, and then utilising the card properly under social pressure, I find quite challenging. Still cool. DS has put another card that has a similar mechanic in the Discord. Feel free to join that. Does the Discord trigger still work? Can you go Discord with a? I can't remember if that's still set up. Here's Cypher. Again, we've already got a version of Cypher. Whenever you attack a player, goad a target creature that player controls. If a creature becomes goaded, it has to attack. Oh yeah, nice, it works, great. Which sounds like not that bad, but actually it's really annoying if you're trying to set things up and you're forced to attack and your creatures are dying and shit. It's really annoying. Like the art, cool. Here's Renoa. I'm not going to build around this card, but I will be putting this into various things, or one thing. Because at the beginning of combat on your turn, creatures you control with flying get 1/1 and gain vigilance until the end of turn. And whenever one or more attacking creatures you control die, you may return them to the battlefield tapped under its owning control with a flying counter on it. So you can bring stuff back and it's flying, which is quite useful. So I quite like that card, but it's probably not good enough. Probably not good enough to build around on our own. I missed the final bit of ciphers, and this is my problem, as anyone who's ever played Magic with me will tell you. I read the first sentence, but never the second. Let's read the second. Whenever a creature attacking one of your opponents becomes blocked by two or more creatures, that attacking creature gains Death Touch until the end of turn. Did you hear Titus laugh there? Whenever a creature attacking one of your opponents becomes blocked by two or more creatures, which they probably would be because they're goaded, then you get Death Touch. Yeah, okay, right. So the combination of being goaded and Death Touch, I can see that would be... yeah. Well, yeah, I can... Who reads the cards? Yeah, not me. I'm just not sure if I fully understand why that would be particularly good. Because you would be goading the other targets. One of creature... And then one of yours, if they're being attacked, if they're being blocked by more than one thing. Yeah, but in that instance, they just wouldn't assign blockers, right? I suppose it would depend on the damage. But yeah, I suppose, yeah, in endgame stuff, I don't see the value, yeah. Surely we can just play the cards and the one who has the most words win. That would be better for me. My reading comprehension is pathetic, which is embarrassing as a teacher. It's actually not that bad. It's just bad under pressure. You may cast the spell as though it had flash. If a creature is attacking, the creature is and a creature is blocking. Target creature you control and target creature an opponent controls each gain indestructible until the end of turn. Then destroy all creatures. So a bit of a board wipe going on there, which I generally don't tend to play. That one's fun. That you can make something indestructible. You can choose somebody else to have something that's indestructible, and then everything else dies. Now, this is the final card, and this is the one that I've had a lot of people want. This is Idia. So I love this art of her. It's great. She has Ward 2, which means you have to pay to even attack her, which is annoying for others. Yeah, DS wants this one. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you can gain control of a target creature an opponent controls until the end of that turn. Untap that creature, it gains haste. So essentially means you can copy something else. Copy someone else's creature, it's suddenly on your board. It's got haste, so it's ready to swing. And whenever a creature you control but don't own dies, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control and you draw a card. So you can essentially just keep nicking people's things. You steal it, but then once it dies, it then goes back to them, right? And then you get to draw a card. Now the problem with this sort of card for me is because my knowledge of the game isn't particularly strong, I have a really hard time looking on a board when you've got like 20 cards out, 80% of which I've never seen before, trying to work out what are good categories for stealing. So generally speaking, I don't use mechanics that involve looking through other people's decks, borrowing, copying them, or stealing stuff from them. I find it a bit too overwhelming, but nice card regardless. So those are the scene cards. Can we lay them out in the scenic way? How does it look? So it's like this, I think. This is what the scene looks like. Mama. It's this. So that's the scene split up into cards. Really cool. Happy with those. Particularly this guy. This is the one I'm most excited about using. They look very pretty. It's a game that means a lot to me. Final Fantasy VIII. Lovely to see them represented again here. So that's that. Cool. So, should we make a pile like we did last time? So now we've got some boosters to open like we opened with Spider-Man. So let's have a look at what we got. So, interesting. So we've got something called a Final Fantasy Art Series card here. And we've got Una and Tidus there. Tidus. Interesting. Interesting. So yeah, this is the art from Together Forever, a card. A card. Right, let's have a look then. Tidus. Very underrated character, I would say. I was looking at a Reddit post the other day on Tidus. I think the voice performance really lets that character down, and just conceptually and in terms of the writing and the growth, I think he's a really, really strong protagonist. Regardless, okay, not convincing many, even myself, really. Retrieve the Esper. Final Fantasy VI card. Create a 3/3 blue robot warrior creature token. If this was cast from the graveyard, put 2/1/1 counters on it. Nice. Blue. Fate of the Sun Crest. Destroy target permanent. Lovely stuff. The look of it. The laugh scene killed any chance to take him seriously. I know, it has for many people. It's one of the great tragedies of that game. But I just, like I say, not in terms of the delivery. I can't defend the delivery of the character. But like and I've never played it in Japanese. Maybe I'll do that I don't even know if there is there Japanese voiceover? I don't know if they even did that. I sensed that if you played the game with Japanese voiceover, he would come across quite differently. Red Mage's Rapier. Cool. I've got a few versions of this, I think. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature gets 2/0 at the end of turn. Is a wizard. Nice. Black Mage's Rod. I've got this card. This is really good in Y'shtola because it turns something into a wizard and pings damage like Y'shtola does. Oh my god, I've got a full art about the Monk's Fist. Crypt creature gets 1/0 and is a monk in addition to its other types. Cool. This is cool. Particularly as what we've just opened. I mean, maybe these are random, right? But look at this guy. A Promise Fulfilled, which is a reprint of Light Up the Stage. Spectacle, don't know what that means. Exile top 2 cards of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play those cards. I mean, that's not very helpful, I wouldn't have thought, unless something Spectacle does is really cool. But nice to see Squall again. Torgal, a fine hand, Final Fantasy VI. Whenever you cast your first human creature spell each turn, that creature enters an additional 1/1 on it. Happens for dogs and wolves. Cool. There's a guy we play with called Wolfie. He likes building around wolves. I wonder if he's got that guy. If an opponent has taken damage this turn, play that cost instead. Okay, got you. Another Final Fantasy 16 card. We just had Torgal. Now we've got Ambrosia, the chocobo that Clive rides. Depending on what we pull out of the chocobo bundle, I do eventually want to make a deck around chocobos, so this might go in there. When Ambrosia enters, you may return another permanent you control to its owner's hand. And it's got a landfall trigger. Whenever a land you control enters, she gets an additional 1 until the end of turn. It's a nice little cheap creature. Yeah. Obviously, the card that everyone wants from isn't Travelling Chocobo the most. Is that one everybody wants? From Father to Son. Some Final Fantasy 15 there. Search your library for a vehicle card. Don't care. Don't really build around vehicles. Still cool. Warrior's Sword. I've got a few versions of this. Shiny one. Meh. Nice. Meow, 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 meow. Despite it being called the Chocobo Bundle, I don't think it's in that, yeah. How much is that going for? Like 40 quid or something crazy? And that's just for the base one, let alone the cool art ones. Okay, so look at what we got. We've got Undercity Diarat. Got a few copies of this. Blitzball Shot. That's an instant, can be played at any speed. I actually just took this out of Una because I got another saga. But, a nice little instant speed. You mean it is in there definitely, or it could be in there? Combat Tutorial got this similarly. Target player draws 2 cards, put 1/1 counter on up to 1 target creature you control. Nice. Oh, this is a card I haven't seen before. Magitech Infantry. This creature gets 1/0 as long as you control another artifact. Search your library for a card named Magitech Infantry. Nice. Crazy. I was crazy once. They put me in a rubber room filled with rats, and rats make me crazy. Sounds like a quote. Another Warrior's Sword. Boo. Lunatic, I suppose. Lunatic Pandora. I've got one of these. Nice art. Oh! So this is... Oh, look at that art. Crazy. Astral Titan. What are we from here? Final Fantasy 15. That is sick. Whenever this creature enters or attacks, you may search your library for up to 2 land cards, put them onto battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. That's a very good point, but it's not legal in Commander. Still. Oh, I love that art. Really cool. Shame. I've got this card, but I like it. This is Lock. Oh, it's the second version of Lock, actually. Do I definitely have this one? Whenever he deals combat damage, draw a card and discard a card. I don't know. Yeah, I've definitely got this. This came in the Cloud deck. Barrett. Oh, we were just talking about X-Death. X-Death Void Warlock. When he enters, you gain 3 life. At the beginning of your end step, if there are 6 or more permanent cards in your graveyard, transform him to Neo X-Death Dimension's End, and his power is equal to the number of permanents in your graveyard. So milling a shit ton into the graveyard makes this more powerful. I like it. Capital City. Add 1 mana of any colour, and you can land cycle. That's Final Fantasy 16 as well. Final Fantasy 16, I think, is a very underrated game. I love its art. I love its sense of place. I love this city that it's based around. I think that's a really looked over game. It's not what I meant. I can't. What am I trying to say? Not looked over. Passed over. You know what I mean? Just people don't take Final Fantasy 16 seriously enough. Summoner's Grimoire. Equipped creature is a shaman, which means whenever this creature attacks, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. If that card is an enchantment card, it enters tapped and attacking. That would do some interesting things in the Una deck. And speaking of the Una deck, unfortunately, we can't put this. So the newest deck I've built around Una is all about Saga cards. And this is one coming in now. So this is a shiny summon for Odin. And unlike other creatures that just stay out until they die, this one works its way through a number of steps and then leaves. Unfortunately, Odin is black, which isn't in the colour range for Una. She's just white and green. So this couldn't go in the Una deck, but it is a cool card. Another Final Fantasy 15 card, Insomnia. Nice. Taps for white and black. That could go in the Squall deck. Those are his colours. And we've got a token hero and treasure. Cool. Coming up on the final scene booster. Got another one of those art cards. Red Black Lock is from the Precon. Yeah, I've got that one as well. I thought I heard you nerd deck. I sold that when I got it because I felt like it was going to cause salt. What did you had that full art card, did you? Nice. Okay, speaking of art cards, we've got another art series. What we got here? It is Shadow from Final Fantasy VI. Again, nice to have, but what am I doing with these? What am I doing with them? Cool. Yeah, the summon. Yeah. Oh, are you talking about Primal Odin, are you? Destroy target creature and opponent controls. Yeah. Oh, and so I didn't even see Sanzatsuken. This creature gains whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player. That player loses the game. Oh, that is broken. Okay, what we got? Gone, Town of Ruin from 5. 5 is now the only Final Fantasy I've not finished. I'm thinking about getting the Pixel remaster on PS5 so I can play it with my Portal. Ice Magic, don't have this card. Return target creature to its owner's hand. Cool. Target creatures and shuffles it into their library. Cool. Oh my god. What were we just saying? What were we just saying? This card, man. I've been close to buying this on eBay so often. And on eBay it goes for like 40, 50 quid. So are we gonna pull 2 versions of Travelling Chocobo this evening? May look at the top card of your library at any time. You may play lands and cast bird spells from the top of your library. If a land or bird you control entering the battlefield causes triggered ability of a permanent you controlled to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Way! Oh, wow, what a pull! 16 on Card Trader. Card Trader. Boo. Garland. Haven't got this version of Garland, I don't think. Obviously, we're going to get another version of Garland shortly, because he's in the scene box for 1. Okay. Evil Reawakened. I've got this in the Squall deck. Just hope that somebody starts to bid against themselves if you sell it. Yes, exactly. There are real idiots out there, so it's always worth a shot. Eden, Seat of Sanctum. That's our 13. Boo. it's a shame that's a 5 cost to mill those 2 cards, but a bit lame. Queen Bran. Don't have her either. Whenever she attacks, create a 0/1 wizard, which is what we spoke about earlier. That would be good in Y'shtola, but she's not the right colours. Y'shtola doesn't have red, I don't believe. No, it's white, blue, black. White Orosite, I've got like 9 of these. Magic Pot, I haven't got any of. When this creature dies, create a treasure token. Simple, effective. Hyper's Health to make my Garland deck. Yeah, man, me too. Well, I'm hyped to see yours. I doubt I'll make one. Thunder Magic. I did have this in the Lightning deck for obvious reasons, because she's there for flavour. I may have removed it. But it does the job. The Wizard token theme was primarily in black-red. Yeah. Cool. Dwarven Castle Guard. Very common card. Ice Magic we've had. Town Greeter. When this creature enters mill 4 cards, you may put a land from among them into your hand. If you put a town card into your hand this way, you gain 2 life. Now that would be really good in Una, because the thing Una can do is she can pull things out of the graveyard, those summons, for free. So I've got a little bit of milling, like churning stuff into my own graveyard in Una. And this is green, it works for her. I think I'm definitely going to put that in Una. That's good stuff. And the final one. A name I can't pronounce from Final Fantasy 2. And a creature I already have. Cool. So that's that, guys. So that, in terms of the scene... Oh my goodness, I always forget about the lack of friction. That is all she wrote. So that's the first box done. Are you ready for the second? Having a great time. We've got... The other 3 boxes are Final Fantasy 1, Final Fantasy 9, or Final Fantasy 15. Does anybody have a preference about where we go next? $15 from Lanky. I'll take it. I believe Lanky is playing Final Fantasy 15 as we speak. We were talking about that in the last game of Magic. I think there is some good stuff in Final Fantasy 15. It's just deeply compromised by the fact that it was so split up into all of those little parts. I do one day want to, because I've never played the DLC for 15, and people say that does a lot of work in rejuvenating elements of the story. So maybe we'll do that on the channel one day. Spider-Man Mortal Kombat. Okay, I'm going to put the mains aside for now. Let's go to 15. Here she be. Again, would have loved one of these for Final Fantasy X, but we did have a commander deck for Final Fantasy X, so that's cool. Hey, you gonna join? You're going to join?
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
As is your want and right.
Still using the janky setup?
Well, yeah, it is janky, but actually it works quite well. I think I'm getting better visuals than I would with one of the school visualizers, even though they're technically 4K.
You're welcome.
So you actually did me a favour there, mate.
Don't call me mate.
Katie's had a tough day, guys. It was a long one. Because the trip we went on was a trip that we work in different schools, but they're both sort of in a group. And this trip we went on today, every single child from both schools went. So we were both on the same trip.
Hundreds of children.
Hundreds and hundreds of kids there, yeah. So it's been a long one. So I am really happy to be sort of decompressing here, and I think Katie's gonna go straight to bed. did get a lovely birthday present.
That I did. You tell him that you got me a card. That's part of my birthday gift.
Oh, I didn't actually. Well, I told Darkspark that, and in fact, he just mentioned it. I got Katie a few things for her birthday, including to try and justify the ungodly amount of money of our own money I've spent on Magic. I thought the best way to insulate against cries of foul play is to just get Katie into Magic as well. Katie loves Mothman, the cryptid in sort of American folklore, and there, even though it's Fallout, there is a card based around Mothman, which I got her for her birthday. So we're going to slowly build a deck around Mothman to see if that can convince her to join the fray. And Mark has very kindly been thinking about that. He was telling me about his day. He was saying he could make a Mothman deck around just lots of sort of cute animals rather than radiation.
I don't mind the radiation.
Okay.
I feel like the one that we saw with all the rats.
There was also, there was one based on Ghost with lots of rats, yes. Scotty says, "Happy birthday, here's something I like." To be fair, it was a joke gift. It was not all I got her.
The other things that are great.
Does she find rat roaches cute?
What?
Massive cockroaches.
I saw, as I was leaving the school today and I was backing my car out, I saw, and it was the size of a cat-sized rat running through the playground. It was so big.
God, we need to sort that out.
So that's bad. Not my problem. Buddy!
Alright.
Buddy!
Yeah, Mark does have a whole deck around rats. The only reason we were thinking about the rats one is because there's someone's done a ghost one, and Katie loves Ghost more than life. And there's like someone proxied, I can't remember. I think I did show you. They proxied one of the main guys from Ghost onto as a commander, and then just built the deck around rats. Because there is a song called Rats by Ghost.
Hello.
There's Lottington here. Rats, indeed. Just while Katie's trying to get Lottington. Here are the art cards. There's Noctis. I think she was unsuccessful. I suppose these are light spoilers. If you're really worried about spoilers, in fact, there's no point. Here she is! There is little Lottington. All right.
You have to go to the vet on Friday.
She's not looking forward to going to the vet. Actually, she has no idea it's happening.
Well, she knows because the carrier's out.
Bless her. Can everyone see you? You look a little bit perturbed. Yes? All right. Cool.
Anyway, we're going to bed.
Fair enough. See you ladies later.
Have fun.
I will, mate. Oh, sorry, I called you mate again. Just in a jocular mood now.
That must be nice. That makes one of them.
Goodness me, these are shiny. Okay. So I actually don't think there are many commanders in this. Let's have a look, though. Even so, I'm like, is that slightly bent? A little bit. Here's Noctis. Whenever a creature you control enters during combat, you may attach target equipment you control to target creature you control. So that's good. What colours is he? White, blue, and black. And you can also exile Noctis and return its battlefield under owner's control, tapped and attacking. So that's a nice little bit of flavour. And then it can't be blocked as well. That is very reminiscent of his. That's very reminiscent of his sort of warp strike in the game. So I think that's a good bit of flavour. I believe he may be one of the only commanders here. Let's have a look. Got to get used to a bit of bend. I know, right? Funnily enough, you would work with the other version of him as he's the same colour. Yeah, and I know Lanky has built around the other version of Noctis. In fact, you said you had a few upgrades up incoming, right, on it? His fishing gear, inspiring card. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of the player's library. If it's a permanent, you may put it onto the battlefield. And again, it's taking other people's stuff. If you don't, create a 1 blue fish creature token. Yeah. Yeah, it would be good. It's not how I want to play the game. Stress me out too much. Chocobo Camp. This land enters tapped unless you control a legendary creature. When you next cast a bird creature spell this turn, it enters with an additional 1/1 count. Wow, that is good shit. And you can create birds from it. This would be great in, obviously, if I was going to build a Chocobo deck, this would be great in there. I've got a haunting Prompto here. A little bit scary. Flash photography. If you cast a spell as though it had flash... Sorry, you may cast a spell as though it had flash. If it targets a permanent you control, create a token that's a copy of target permanent again. Some people might like that. It's not a card I'll use. Campfire Cuisine. There's old Ignis. Whenever this enchantment or legendary creature you control enters, create a food token. Whenever you attack, you may sacrifice a number of foods. When you do, a number of targets attacking creatures get 3/3 and gain trample indestructible until the end of turn. Wow, might be good in some decks. I don't ever really use food as a resource either. I know there was a lot of that in like the Lord of the Rings stuff, but yeah, I know a lot of people do use food. I know, like Phil use a lot of food-based decks, I seem to remember. Warrior's Resolve. Creatures you control have training. Whenever a creature you control attacks with another creature with greater power, put a 1/1 counter on the creature with lesser power. At the beginning of your end step, if you control a creature with a 1/1 counter on it that attack this turn, draw a card. I mean, that second line would be really good in Tidus, because it's all about 1/1 counters. So that'd be good card draw in there for sure. So there they are. Those are the 6 cards. Can't remember the order. If it's that. Something like that. Something. Oh, you can't see. Campsite Cuisine would go great in Una. I suppose, because I'm... is it because I'm bringing in a lot... if it was a enchantment, I suppose whenever this enchantment or a legendary creature. I can't remember how many of the sagas are legendary. But I suppose that could stack up quite nicely, because I'm bringing in a lot of stuff. Cool. I like them. I like the flavour. Let's go to the packs. Where wherever I put them. Mew, 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 mew. How are we doing for time? God, already been an hour. Okay. So we've got, speaking of, there is a food and a hero token. Then we've got Trino, one of the all-time great Final Fantasy locations, I would say. Trino is up there for blue or black. Gigantoad from 15, don't remember him. As long as you control 7 or more lands, this creature gets 2/2. Come on, mate. Oh. Interesting. So this is Dion from Final Fantasy 16. He can transform into a Saga creature, which is cool. Unfortunately, I can't quite use it in Yuna in the same way because she's all about pulling enchantments out of the graveyard. I believe, even though this is a Saga enchantment, when it dies, it will revert back to Dion, meaning I then can't pull it out of the graveyard in the same way. But still cool. I don't have this card. Magicked card, side quest. Whenever this card enters draw 3 cards, discard 2 cards. At the beginning of your end step, if 8 or more cards are in your graveyard, transform this to magic card, which is an artifact, as flying, and you can crew it like a vehicle. 4/4. Poison the Waters, iconic moment in Final Fantasy VI. Good stuff. Coral Sword, haven't seen this. Flash, when this equipment enters, attach it to a target creature you control. That creature gains first strike until end of turn. I mean, that's very cheap. First strike's pretty good. I'm pretty sure, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure Lightning has first strike by default, but still nice. Swallowed by Leviathan from Final Fantasy II, a game I remember literally nothing about. Syncopate, got this guy. Light of Judgment, not a card I've got. 6 damage to a target creature, just up to 1 equipment attached to that creature. Ooh, quite expensive, but cool. You're not alone. I've got this in Yuna. Stuck in Summoner's Sanctum. Ooh, it's the Final Fantasy X card I've not seen. Enchant an artifact or creature. When your enters, tap enchant a permanent. Each permanent doesn't untap during its controller's untap step, and its activated abilities can't be activated. Interesting. Bard's Bow, sick. Reach. Can attack flyers, lovely stuff. Malborough, iconic. Each opponent discards a card, loses 2 life, exile. Well, what an annoying enemy to fight in game. I missed a message. I like the idea of poking the Eldrazi player for 1 damage, then stealing their 12 mana creature. Yeah, to be fair. Item Shopkeeper. Whenever you attack, target attacking creature gains Menace. That's nice. And Menace means you have to put blockers in the way of it, at least 2. But if you want to block it. As someone who has this in their deck, it's also annoying to have it target you. Which one specifically are you talking about there, DS? The Marlborough. Oh, nice. Probably going to have to pick up the speed. I'm going to be opening late into the night. Oh, interesting. So we've got a horror token from Final Fantasy XIV. That's actually the point I'm at in Final Fantasy XIV. Going to be done by 10, lol. Well, that's late for me, mate. Oh, nice. A land, forest. We're going to get a few of these in the Chocobo bundle. But I do infinitely prefer a full art land like that. And I need some in Una, so that's great. Oh, thanks. Look at this brilliant sticker that we bought from a local fair recently, or like a no thoughts, just fluff. What a ledge. Like little Lottington, thank you. See ya. The Regalia has haste. Whenever the Regalia attacks, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a land card. Put that card onto the battlefield tapped and the rest at the bottom of your library in a random order. Crew 1. Shiny. Fire Crystal. Got it. Give stuff haste. Ride the Shoe Puff. Iconic card. Love this card. I've got this in Tidus, but I also want it everywhere. I might put it in Una as well. Interestingly, yeah, it can become a 7/7 beast, so it can become the Shoe Puff. But as far as I know, the Shoe Puff doesn't exist in a token, or it's not on the other side of it. I wish it was. I wish we had a Shoe Puff version, but it is cool. Good card. Gaius, nice legend. Got him. Cargo ship. Haven't got that. Steiner. Got him. This worked well on equipment decks because it makes things stronger. Crossroads Village. Oh, nice. As it enters, you can choose its colour. And then you can tap it for that colour. It's a nice little mechanic. Had this guy already. Aerith Rescue mission. I remember there being a bit of controversy about this card and how it makes little to no sense flavour-wise. But you can create 3 1/1 colourless hero tokens if you take the elevator, or if you take 59 flights of stairs, you can tap up to 3 target creatures, put a stun counter on one of them. Yeah, it's like, how do those things make sense narratively? Who knows? Rook Turret from 14. Another Toad. Sephiroth's Intervention. Destroy target creature, you gain 2 life. Nice. And Light of Judgment again. Cool. That's one card I really want. There's a version of Sephiroth that's very expensive. Is it Fabled Soldier, Fabled Hero? Can't remember. That I really want to put in my Squall deck, but chances of pulling it seem low, but we'll see. Got another art card. So we've got this one, I've mentioned it before. One of the things, and DS is going to vehemently disagree with me here, one of the things I don't like about some of the extended arts in this Final Fantasy set is that they're sort of just generically anime. And I never feel like it does the characters particularly. I'm not against anime as a style. I would like to have seen full art cards done by, the magic artists in their style, representing the characters in that way. Where all the Final Fantasy, like the expensive full art cards, just like this, and they've got like a big Roman numeral in the background. I just don't think they look very good. There really aren't any of these sort of expensive full art. Obviously, this isn't one of them. This is just a piece of card with a bit of art on it. I don't really like many of them. I don't like. I think the Cloud is maybe all right. The Tidus is awful, and the standard Tidus is awful. Yuna's is all right, but I much prefer the art for the standard Yuna card. Victor, nice. Imperial 6 Imperial City capital. Paladin's Arms. Who wants that in Shining? Nobody. Genova, cool. Ancient Calamity. Beginning of combat on your turn. Put a number of 1/1 counters equal to Genova's power on up to one other target creature. Nice. That creature becomes a mutant in addition to its other types. When a mutant you control dies, you get to draw cards equal to its power. That's good shit. That's some interesting stuff there. I haven't really got any decks it can go in, but still cool. Yeah, nice. You're going to build around her. Lovely. I like that. I like the anime style, but they are indeed shit. Lanky says, I absolutely love Sephiroth in both the card form and in the game as well. Yeah, he is brilliant. Some of the good full arts are amazing. I still want a full art Venat because both sides are pretty. Can't remember that one. Oh, I've got Fang. And Fang and Vanille they can combine to make this creature on the back like they do in the game. Never had much calls to use it, and I'm not a big fan of Final Fantasy 13. Opera's Love Song, another fundamental moment of 6. Stolen Uniform. I've got a much better looking version of this with a beautiful piece of original art on it. Don't use it. It's just in my binder. Judge Magister Gabranth. Love this card. This is in my Squall deck because whenever another creature artifact you control dies, put a 1/1 counter on it. And the Squall deck is all about killing stuff. And putting stuff back into the graveyard and pulling it back out. So this thing can get really powerful. To be fair, I haven't used it much in... I haven't drawn it much when I've been playing the Squall deck, but still cool. Iron Giant. They do. I don't know if you heard that, but they distantly put in the Tidus laugh into this one. Iron Giant. Vigilance, Reach, and Trample. 7 cost from 15. Blitzball. This is one of the cards I had to take. I've had it in Yuna for flavour. And in fact, I had it in Tidus for flavour. I had to take it out, I think. Blazing Bomb. Got loads of those. Aerith Rescue Mission. Just pulled one of those. Rook Turret. Pulled one of those. Toe just pulled one of those. And Sephiroth's Intervention. Just pulled one of those. Okay, so we had quite a lot of repeats there, which is cool. That's the way it goes. I'm already happy. I pulled the Travelling Chocobo. That was one of the ones I really wanted. Okay, next. So that's Final Fantasy 15 done. We have 1 or 9. Any thoughts? Lanky's gone for 1. Okay, let's have a look at 1. So this is the one that DS has bought. And this one works a bit differently. There's this tab along the top. Missed those. To show you the full art spread there. So obviously, Final Fantasy 1 is a bit different because you didn't have particularly defined characters at this stage. There were archetypes. And this, from what I can tell, is sort of designed so that you can have the Warrior of Light as your commander, and then all of these other guys fit into the deck really well. And obviously Garland himself operates as a very good commander as well. So let's have a look. And I believe it's Garland that DS is building around. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Doo-doo-doo. Cool. We'll ignore the art cards as always. We'll crack the actual cards. He's building both. Okay, so we're starting with Garland himself. I love this. I don't always love how Garland's represented, but I love this bit of art for Garland. It's really cool. Royal Kidnapper. When Garland enters, target opponent becomes the monarch, which is a sort of game state. I can't remember what it does. Whenever an opponent becomes the monarch, gain control of target creature that player controls for as long as they're the monarch. Interesting. Creatures you control but don't own get 2/2 and can't be sacrificed. That's interesting. So could you then... I can't remember what needs to happen in order for them, generally speaking, for the monarch... what generally needs to happen in order for the monarch to change around the players? Because could you like, if you see a card you want, you could flicker this guy in and out, turn someone into the monarch, nick their thing? If so, cool. So Garland is one of the commanders. Here is the Destined Warrior, who is the other commander if you want to build the party. And as you can see, Cleric, Rogue, Warrior, and Wizard spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. And at the beginning of combat on your turn, creatures you control get 1 until the end of the turn. If you have a full party, creatures you control get 3 until the end of the turn. So there are real benefits to having all of these cards in the same deck. Oh yeah, so if you just get hit, then the monarch. Okay, got you. Okay. So here's the White Mage. Nice bit of art again. Lifelink. And you can give something else lifelink. And when you gain life, 1/1 counters on target creatures. If you have a full party. So yeah, if you have a full party. So it seems like all of these really get boosted if you've got all of these guys in there, which is nice. This is the Chaos Shrine's Black Crystal. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, exile it. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may put a creature card exiled with Chaos Shrine Black Crystal onto the battlefield under your control with a finality counter on it. Interesting. That is interesting. Here is the Thief. Can't be blocked. Nice. You can tap it and another... Wow, that's really good, actually. Another target creature you control can't be blocked this turn. I wish this wasn't in blue, because I'd love this in Lightning or in Squall. Whenever one or more of your creatures deal combat damage to one or more players, draw a card, then discard a card. If you have a full party, instead draw 3 cards. And a full party means having a warrior, cleric, rogue, and mage creature. Nice. Speaking of, here's the mage. There's Death Touch. Another target creature you control gains Death Touch till the end of turn. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, the Destined Black Mage deals 1 damage to each opponent. A bit similar to Y'shtola. But if you have a full party, it deals 3 damage. Christ. That seems like it could be a really fun deck to build. Like it a lot. I'm tempted as well to build around the party. I love that. Love this art as well. Really cool. Okay. Let's see what we got. So we've got another food token. And we have another full art land, plains. We have a town greeter. We've already had that. We've got, Arden, the usurper. Villain from Final Fantasy 15. 8 cost. Demons you control have menace, lifelink, and haste. At the beginning of combat on your turn, exile up to 1 target creature from the graveyard. If you exile it this way, create a token that's a copy of that card, except it's a 5/5 black demon. That sounds like it could be a fun commander as well. Party decks are easy to make if you don't mind not having too much explicit full party synergies, as all are 4 common creature types. I see what you mean. Random encounter, got a few copies of that. Magitech armor, when it enters, create a 1/1 colorless hero and crew it. Cool. Clash of Icons. Target creature you control fights target creature an opponent controls. Remove a law. Oh dear! Remove a law counter from target saga you control. This is a great pull for Yuna. I didn't even realize this exists. Obviously, as I said, those summons, they count down and then they leave. But the counting down is use a dice and tokens to chart its progress through before it goes. If you play a card like this, you can just remove one of those counters so it stays out in the field longer. Really good stuff. That will go straight into Yuna and it's her colours as well. Awesome. Oh, sick. Oh, this is a reprint of Farseek. Search your library for a plain, swamp, or mana card, put it onto the battlefield, tapped, and shuffle. Nice. Lovely full art. Like that a lot. White Orosite. Got loads, mate. Magic Pot. Already got one. Combat Tutorial. Got loads. Blitzball. Got loads. Resentful Revelation. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. Huh. That would be good in Squall. Thunder Magic. Already had. Dwarven Castle card. Cool. Let's see if the full art's any good. Is it going to be good art or shit art? It's Tartaru from 14. I would say that's medium art. Pretty good card, though. Okay. Another land. Got one already. A shiny this guy. I used to have a version of this in maybe a Stola. Non-creatures and counters. Non-creature spells and counters. Balam Garden. Classic. And you can transform it into the airship, which is a nice bit of flavour. I haven't really got much. I haven't got any decks it really fits in, but I do like it as an idea. Zanakin's nice. I've got this in the Tidus deck for flavour, but could also go in Yuna. Overkill. Got loads of them. But this might be my favourite piece of art in the whole set. Because it's cool seeing Tidus doing something that isn't standing there gawping. Like when you compare this piece of art to the Commander, it's, night and day. Oh, interesting. Yeah, probably. I recently have bought this card. But good to have another one. To be fair, the one I did buy was like the full art version, but still, this is one of the cards in Yuna's deck. And you can see the different stages it goes through. Ooh, Ilmeg Pixie. You can surveil. Haven't got one of these. Nice. Blitzball. Got loads. Loperate Scout from 14. Another creature you control enters. This creature gets 1/1. Oh, maybe I do have a copy of that. She's wandering. Search your library for a basic land or town card. Put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. When you search your library this way, put a 1/1 counter on a target creature you control. That would be quite nice in Tidus. What a character. Nazumu Trader. When this creature enters, you lose 1 life. Create a treasure token. Nice. Whenever this creature attacks, you may sacrifice another creature or artifact. If you do Surveil, this is going straight into Squall. That's great. I'm always looking for opportunities to sacrifice into the graveyard. I like it. Suplex. Just gave one of these to Lanky. Now I've got one back. Oh, another card I haven't got. Galley Cat from 5. Not familiar. Flying Vigilance. As long as you control 2 or more artifacts, the creature gets 2/0. Cool. Gale Cat. Galley Cat. Oh, and Dragoon's Wyvern. When this creature enters, create a 1/1 colorless hero token. Nice. Don't have one of these. Me. Is that it? I know we've got one more. Is the art good? Is it average? Is it bad? It is not bad. Yeah, quite like it. Quite like the framing. Okay. Another Trino. Great. Ooh, G-Door Aristocratic Capital. Nice. So that's a land that can act as a sorcery. I've got one of those in Yustola, different version. Father to Son we've had. I've got this. Full Art Summon Chocomog. It's not a particularly rare card, but I like it. It's in my Una deck. Could have another one. Oran's Inspiration. Got that. Ooh, Travel the Overworld. Haven't got this. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each town you control. And then you draw 4 cards. That's interesting. And that's 5. Unexpected Request. Gain control of target creature. Nah. Till end of turn. I'm good, mate. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is a card I desperately want. Mate. This is one that's been on my wish list for a while. Mainly just for the art, but also just the other version of Lightning. Both Lightning's cards are really cool. It's a reprint of Ishin 2 Heavens as 1. Oh, I'm really happy to pull this. If a creature attacking causes a triggered ability of opponent you control to trigger, it does it an additional time. Lightning. Lone Commando. So cool. And cool. Again, I hate Final Fantasy 13 pretty much as a game, but Lightning's design, I don't hate. She's as a character, she's cool. Well, she's well designed. World map. Nice. I'm so happy about that. Wicked. Town Greeter again. Haste Magic. Cool. Shinra Reinforcements, that's a nice little card. I've got that. Mill 3, it's in my Squall deck. Weapons Vendor, that's in the Lightning deck. You can equip stuff cheaper, I believe. And Sage's New List, don't know what that means. Oh, it's that weapon that Alphino wields. I've got one of those, I think. Nice. Okay, so that is the packs done from there. Next, and last but not least, in terms of the scene cards, we have Final Fantasy IX. And one thing sort of disappoints me slightly about this already. I believe there's only one commander in this. Like, there's only one legendary creature. And none of them are any of the big characters in 9. So I was really hoping, like we got a new version of Squall. I was hoping to get a new version of Zidane, a new version of Garnet. I mean, Garnet's version is already really good. I play that a lot. But we don't. But here is the art. Cool. I believe we do get a version of Alexander, though. Just cardboard. I mean, again, the packaging for this is, I would say, overwrought. We do not need this much cardboard. It could have just come in a nice, simple box. Okay. It's just the easel thing that means it has to come in that big box, and that's just made of paper. So these are the final scene cards for the day. So I'm going to take my hoodie off. It is getting warm. Okay. Okay, so what have we got here? Oh, I'm not happy with that. Look at this. That bend you can see really clearly. That is uncool. Okay. So we've got Brilliant Wings. This is good stuff. I've seen this. I want this. This will go in loads of decks. Enchant creature you control, and that creature gets flying and hexproof. Whenever a creature you control enters, you may pay 1. If you do, you can attach this to that creature. That's really, really good stuff. I will put this in, maybe in... I feel like Lightning doesn't need any more ways to be broken, but I am tempted to put it in Lightning, even though that deck is deeply uncool. You just need a heavy book. Do you think that'll actually do it? I have tried. That is pronounced on these ones. Judgment of Alexander. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to you this turn by sources your opponent's control. Whenever damage from a creature is prevented this way, each commander creature you control deals damage equal to its power to that creature. I mean, that is scary. That is really scary, but I like it. We've got next Mega Flare. Cool. I love that art. Can be kicked. If the spell was kicked, create a 6/6 red dragon. Token with flying. For each opponent, choose up to 1 target creature that player controls. Mega Flare deals damage equal to the greatest power among creatures you control to each of the chosen creatures. Ouchie. That's the new fog I need. Yeah, it's good shit. So this is the only card. This is the only commander. Amaranth, right? A character I remember very little about when I played 9. I mean, he's quite cool. There's a bit of a redemption arc, and I like the art. But I want another Zidane. Amaranth attacks each combat if available. Whenever Amaranth deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to each other opponent. That is crazy. I do like the card. If this one goes down in price, I may get it because the card's good. Yeah, they're good shit. And here's Vivi. Create a 0/1 black wizard creature token. What colours are we looking at here? Red again. When you cast a non-creature spell, this token does 1 damage to each opponent. Whenever your commander enters or attacks, you may pay 2. If you do, return this card from your graveyard to your hand. Interesting. He's going to be a tyrant as a Voltron commander for sure. For sure. And finally, Search for Dagger. Whenever your commander enters or attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal a legendary creature you can card from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Interesting. That's interesting, because it's quite a bit of a risk, because you could end up putting lots of good shit to the bottom of your library as well, right? Still, I love the art there. So again, like all good cards, I would have liked another commander option. I mean, I suppose, one of the things about Universes Beyond is that there are far too many legendary creatures, I suppose. But, don't know. Still, useful things. Let's look at these final 3 packs. Oh, I'm so glad. I really wanted that lightning. That is good shit. Really good shit. Okay. So we've got a token robot warrior. We've got Gongaga, Reactor Town. We have, Omega Heartless Evolution. When Omega enters, for each opponent, tap up to 1 target non-land permanent that opponent controls. Put X stun counters on each of those permanents, and you gain X life, where X is the number of non-basic lands you control. That sounds quite interesting. We've got Crystallized Serra here. First legendary spell you cast each turn costs 2 less to cast. Legendary creature you control get in 2/2, and then it transforms. Oh no. No, sorry, it's the other way around. It was upside down. Starts as Serra like this, and still has that reduction cost in legendary creatures. At the beginning of combat, if you control 2 or more legendary creatures, you can transform her into this. Interesting. What are her colours? Again, that would work quite well in Una. Cool. Next, Machinist's Arsenal. A quick creature gets 2/2 for each artifact you control. And is an artificer in addition to its other types. That's good stuff. Would be good in Joda as well. Sick. Which, for Lanky, looks like SpongeBob SquarePants. Ash. Nice. I want to use Ash, but I'm not a big fan of the card, but still. So as is Chocobo. I have got a copy of this in Tidus. Because when a land enters your control, you get a 1/1 counter. Excuse me. A version of Shiva, speaking of Tidus. This is another saga. Unfortunately, it can't go in Una because it's blue. Yeah, I think you might have done DS. Yeah. There's that creature again. 1/1 counters. Cornered by Black Mages. Got that in Yustola. Makes mages. Sabatenda. Has a landfall trigger. When a land you control enters, this creature does 1 damage to each opponent. Nice. Paladin's Arms, who cares? Dreams of Laguna, nice. Chocobo Kick. Return land you control to its owner hand as a kicker. Target creature. Or is that just its ability? Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. If the spell was kicked, the creature you control deals twice that much damage instead. That is good shit. Poor Paladin's Arms. You want one, mate? I'll give you one. We've got Resentful Revolution. We've just got so many of them. Makes me feel nothing now. Right. Let's have a look. Art check. It's the ultimate attack with Cloud. Yeah. Meh. Okay. Full art land. Good. Always happy with that. We're going to get a few more of those shortly. Oh my god. Cloud does look weird. I've just pulled a banned card. So I don't know if this thing's value has gone down dramatically, but this card is so broken, it's been banned. Any guesses, Magic fans? And it's foil. Indeed. It is VV indeed. So this card is funny. Like in my Discord, I did put a video of like the saltiest cards that everybody hates because they're so broken. VV is always coming high in those lists. Only ban in Standard, legal in Commander. I'm sure I'll get a really good response getting that guy out there. And that is a very pricey card. How much is it on now? Okay. I bet, like I said, I bet its price has come down since it's been so controversial. The Wandering Minstrel, I believe Mark was going to build a deck around him. VV is OP. Likely will make you an instant target, indeed. Still, really glad to own one. Crystal Fragments. Lanky just gave me a version of this. I've got this in Una. Can give it back to you, Lanky. So this is another version of Alexander. Prevents damage to your creatures during their turn, but that third step is what is broken. Did I win a game with this the other day? I think I might have done. Or came close. Certainly wiped someone out. But when it gets to its third step, all of the creatures your opponents control tap, which means they can't defend anymore. So then you just swing out. Can't remember if I won. I got close. Base Vivi is £21. Yeah, not that much. Still. Cactuar, nice. I don't have a Cactuar. Beginning of your end step, if this creature didn't enter the battlefield this turn, return it to the owner's hand. Cool. Sorceresses schemes. Return target instant or sorcery from your graveyard or exile card with fresh. Sleep Magic, I don't have that. When aura enters, tap enchanted creature. Enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's unstep. Cool. Oh, nice. That's a nice little bit of flavour. So it essentially stuns it. But if the enchanted creature is dealt damage, then this aura gets sacrificed. So that sort of mirrors the sleep in game, right? So you can always attack one of your party members if they're asleep, or if they get hit by anything, they wake up. That's a nice little way of mirroring that. That's cool. Another scout. Another blitzball. Another warrior's sword. Another Magitech infantry, sorry. Another combat tutorial. Another blitzball shot, Christ. And another Undercity Dire Rat. Getting a lot of chaff in there, guys. But that's the nature of the game. I suppose we did just pull a VV, so I'll let it go. Nice. So those are the scene boxes completed. And my thoughts overall are, I like them. That's my analysis. Overpriced for what they are, obviously, but isn't everything here. I like that they came with packs. I've got some good cards of some creatures that mean a lot to me. Some characters. Oh, I've got one more. My bad. The apathy you get towards commons is already setting in. Of course. How could it not? Cool. Okay, we do have one more pack before we move on from scenes. I've got a wizard token. Oh, and this, which I've just bought from Germany. Next. How do you pronounce it? Charlayan? I thought it was Charlayan, but maybe it probably is Charlayan. Yeah, Charlayan. One of my favourite locations in Final Fantasy XIV so far. White and blue. Like it. The bird token, he has it. I didn't just order one of those off eBay. Slash of Light, foil, cool, got it. Astrologian's Planisphere. Yeah, make stuff a wizard. I've got it as well. Got X-Death again. Ooh, battle menu. I haven't seen this. Choose one. This is cool. Attack, ability, magic, or item. So if you choose attack, you create a 2/2 white knight. If you choose ability, target creature gets 4 more toughness. Magic, destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. Or item, you gain 4 life. I love it. That's a really cool little bit. I'm a fan. We've got some Freya goodness here. She came in the starter pack, I think. So I've got a couple of copies of her, but still cool. Overkill again. Magic Pot again. Instant Ramen. What a card. Ooh, interesting. Utrub Freya from Final Fantasy 11. Now, 11 is a game I've never played. Whenever this creature enters, it's a zombie horror. Whenever this creature enters, choose one. Destroy target creature that was dealt damage this turn, or exile up to 2 cards from a single graveyard. Interesting. Ooh, Cool the Mountain Chocobo. I'm sure this brings back, I don't know if Geordie's still in chat, but this probably brings back horrific memories of playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and all the various traversal options. Search your library for a mountain card, reveal it, put it into your hands and shuffle. Create a 2/2 green bird token with, etc. Like this birdie up here. Cool. Cool, nice. Got one. Ice Flan. Don't believe I've got an Ice Flan. Stuns with ice. And Commune with Beavers from Final Fantasy II. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact, creature, or land from among them. Put them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Huh. That's interesting. Really, it's just a fancy draw, isn't it? But I suppose you've got a slightly better chance of getting something good. Nice. So now we're actually finished with the scene boxes. Sorry, I'm just going to bring this back. We're going to jump into this guy, and then we'll be done. So this box. Now, this is the one I bought myself for Christmas. I do have another one of these coming. Ash, friend of the channel, is very kindly selling me another one of these for a, let's be honest, very charitable rate. So we'll be opening up another one of these within the next couple of weeks. Okay. So let's have a look. Oh, cute. You can see like the little strips. They've got the old Chocobo feet on them. Good bit of business. Me, 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 me. Okay. What have we got? So we do have another, as I was excited last time to get a box. Of course, as this is a bundle, I have another box, a Chocobo one, with the little Chocobo style from some of the racing Chocobo games, I think. And then we've got some chibi Final Fantasy goodness along the sides. Everyone loves to commune with a beaver. Good stuff. Very cute. Like it a lot. Let's have a look at what's inside. So, we have here first something that I will never use, unfortunately, because generally speaking, in the games we play, We use the miracle of digital technology to count life. I suppose there are probably other. You could use it in other ways, but it's essentially a little ticker that you can say you can count your life down on. Cute, but I can't imagine using it. What am I actually doing here? It's a little bit hard to use. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. Cute. Could use it for counters. Yeah. Counters on Titus, yeah. To be fair, that's true. It's a little bit like the action isn't amazing, unless I'm just fucking something up, which is likely. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something here. It's a little bit tough. Still, cute thing. Cute bit of tat. Cool, yeah. So as mentioned, we do have a fair few cards in here. So we'll be struggling to get out of here by 10. What do we got? Oh my god. So we have a little pack of Chocobo cards, I believe, or we've got a Chocobo booster, which I believe has some good stuff in it potentially. Oh, and it also comes with one of the scene cards. So it has come with the White Mage. I've now got 2 of those, which is lovely. And then obviously it comes with other packs beyond this. So I believe under this White Mage, we're going to have a fair few full art lands. Yay! I love these lands. They make me happy. Besaid. Speaking of Besaid, that's the music playing now, is it? Yes. Again, one of the best Final Fantasy locations of all time. Besaid Island. So is that from 8. Swamps. Wastes. Interesting. I've not seen a wastes. But there you go. So these are helpful and will go into decks instead of gross non-full art lands. Okay. So I don't really know the difference between these two things. We knew it was going to come with a version of Birds of Paradise. Again, look at this. Not happy. Oh, I see. So this is... All right, interesting. So this is another set of lands, but shiny. Which is why they're bending slightly, probably. Cool. Still helpful. And this guy. And I think there might be a number of prints of this in the same way... Oh, I hadn't even clocked that. In the same way that there's lots of versions of that Spider-Man Spectacular, I think. So this was going to be good in the Chocobo deck if I build one. It can be tapped, flying and tapped for mana of any colour. Really cool. Like it a lot. Sorry, I hadn't noticed these yet. These are... The type of foil is different, did you say? Because... Although it doesn't look it. What would make them particularly chocobo-y? I can't really see any chocobo tracks on them. Have I been done? Oh, hang on. Maybe I do, like, very subtly on some of them. These are not shinies now. I personally can't see anything on them. Oh, look at that, though. Look at the difference. You can really see the non-foils and then the foils on the right. It's really annoying. I hate the bending so much. Cool, though. Now this, I don't... So this is Chocobo Booster. So this is the thing where we think there might be a travelling Chocobo. Or not. I don't know. Really don't know. There are 2 Chocobo promos, you believe. The old Chocobos aren't making it easy to get into this one. Oh. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, so these are the ones that have the tracks on them. Jesus Christ. So we have another version of Vivi, full art, with Chocobo tracks on it. That is cool. We have... Probably should say this one until the very end, but well. A beautiful full art version of Locke, Treasure Hunter. That's cool. I do play this card sometimes. Oh, and then we've got the rest lands. Yeah, and then the rest are the lands we spoke about. So it doesn't necessarily come with and these are specific. This is what I thought. So these are specific Chocobo-based lands. These are really cool because the land art is different as well. Oh, I'm glad. This is sick. Probably just made your money back and then some. What with that Vivi pull? Cool. I've got some heavy hardcore sleeves over here. Maybe I should sleeve him up immediately. They're cool. 2 brilliant characters. I love those lands as well. Really, really cool. I'm not even going to look it up, dear, so I'm going to pretend that I have got my money back and then pretend that it's good value for money. And if you could leave me in the dark about that, that'd be brilliant. Okay, so now we've got some packs to open and then we're done. So we didn't get... Well, we did get a travelling. Good job we did pull a travelling Chocobo in the main packs then. I suppose that... Is the travelling Chocobo one of the ones that has been done up like that with that full art? I know there is a full art travelling Chocobo already, but... No, go on. How much is it worth? Okay, so we're going to go through the next pack. We've got Mysidian Elder, another wizard, generation, Blitzball Shot, Jesus. Dire-Rat, goodness me. Dragoon Wyvern, good stuff. We've already had one. Fate of the Suncrist. That's not bad. Another Scout. Instant Ramen. Swallowed by Leviathan. Ooh, another summon I don't have. Ramu, but this can't go in Una, but still, good to have. Oh, it's currently going for £140. Oh. That's a lovely bit of business. Probably, yeah, who knows how far down it will go. Well, that's immediately going in one of these bad boys. I've got some of the... got a few sleeves and things over here. Hang on a sec. Oh, Primal Garuda. Nice. I do have this in Unas, but a different version. That is very pretty. I love that art a lot. Look at this. Shame it's not really a card I would use that much. If that ability was summoning something from the graveyard into play, that would be different. And I could put it in Squall. I would really love to use it because its art is so beautiful. Maybe I'll just put it in something for fun. Oh, mate. I do have this card. Another beautiful piece of art. Oblivion from Final Fantasy 16. I believe I do have this. Just standard. But this version looks lovely. I feel like these are just standard play boosters, aren't they? Rather than... They're not collect boosters, aren't they? Yeah. Nice. All you missed was, yeah, some lovely art. So we've got a version of Ultima here and a lovely version of Eden, the land. I was just saying it would almost be really helpful in Squall, but not quite. I've got a couple of summons as well, but I already have them. Really should have waited to get these before I am. Oh my god. We're in trouble. I'm afraid what's just happened there is my phone has shut down and is red hot. So it clearly wasn't pulling enough power. How should I approach this? I mean, we have been going for a while. I mean, I could leave the rest and open the other packs when we get the other... I might do that, because we have been going for ages. I'm going to leave the rest of these... I'm going to leave the rest of these play boosters in their box. And when we get the next play booster, the next Chocolate Bundle, which should be with us for next Tuesday, I will... open them then. Sorry guys, I didn't realise. I thought my phone was... I knew it was running warm, but I didn't realise it was actually on a net negative in terms of the energy it was using. So that sort of sucks. So yeah, I'm gonna foil up those guys. I don't mean foil up, do I? I mean sleeve up. Let's get... Okay. Sorry, I'm just doing some organisation. I think I've lost it. I've lost the expensive card. So, to conclude in some manner, what do we think? Do we think overall, in terms of the resources we had available to us, do you think we've been relatively lucky? Or averagely lucky? I feel like we've got some good stuff. Even apart from the VV pools, there have been a few good things that I've wanted. versions of Lightning. Seen some good art. DS thinks I got very lucky. Oh, Travelling Chocobo. Forgot about that guy. I am happy. I am a happy camper. Oh. So now it's just sitting down and working out which of these are going to be good in decks. Obviously never going to bring Vivi into play because I'll get shunned. Or no, just get immediately annihilated. I'm sure. But yeah. Oh, here's Vivi. I hope you have all enjoyed spending some time opening some cards. So I'm just looking at this. I have thoroughly. I've enjoyed another Man-Child Tuesday. Fair enough, mate. I'm going to take that as a mark of deep jealousy and resentment that you're not opening these bits of cardboard as well. But, I mean, I suppose this is the star of the day, right? In a plastic sheath now. Weirdly, even though this one obviously is rarer, I don't like the art as much as with the original Vivi. But I feel very fortunate to have pulled it out. Who misses? And I'm going to, on that note, let you be and charge my phone. And sorry that sort of collapsed right at the end. I hope you've enjoyed. I've enjoyed spending time with you. And I've appreciated all of you coming along for this journey. It's the most expensive card you can get from the Chocobo pack. Well, that's good to know. I'm going to start thinking about decks that I could build. Start getting these in sleeves. And just reflect on how much of a lucky boy I am. And Merry Christmas to me from me. And I hope you've enjoyed. So I will let you go. I will be back. Where are we? It's Tuesday. So I'll be back on Thursday with probably some video games for once. I know a lot of you will be playing D&D on the Thursday, but I will be around picking up some Resident Evil, God willing. So yeah, I'll catch you then. It's been lovely hanging out with you all. I might just leave you with the chill Final Fantasy music. Feels apposite. Or the opposite of that. I'll see you all soon. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.